Hi guys, before we start the episode, we're going to tell you all about Patreon. If you love the podcast and want to support us, then sign up to Patreon for as little as £3 a month. You get to come into our living room, like our actual living room, where we chill and get high.
It's like an extra hour a week, innit?
Watch us get chonged on the couch.
Yeah, we've got some extras for the other tiers. You can get a members-only club card, mild high club prints, discounts on merch, and probably some other stuff in the future as well, innit?
Yep, lots of goodies.
But if you sign up, you'll be helping us out loads. There's £3, £5, £10 tiers.
It's really good.
So if you love the podcast and you want more from the podcast, go sign up today. Patreon.com/the Mild High Club.
And the more patrons we have, the sooner we can take over the world.
Always about taking over the world.
There's so many things I want to do, and we need your help to do them.
Go sign up now. Nice one.
Love ya.
Hey everyone, before we go into this week's episode, I want to tell you about Munch Tame. Munch Tame is the UK's #1 smoke shop. So you want to hit up them for any skins, grinders, blunt wraps. They sell CBD flower, raws, lighters.
Blazy Susans,
Them.
rolling trays.
We've got a little promo code. It's Mild High UK. If you use that, you get £2 off your order. Munchtame.co.uk. Support the podcast. Enjoy the rest of the show. Love yous.
Tom, you look like a kettlebell.
Put one of the Joe Rogan.
It looks like exactly like that. It's a good joke, that.
Thanks.
Good times.
Off the cuff.
So now we really start now.
Hi.
Serious.
What episode is it?
54.
54. That's wrong on there.
It's 53 on here.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's Dante.
Hey, Dan Tiernan.
Woo.
Any of our patrons will know Dan from the story I told about the Northwest Comedy Awards, when not one but two people fell over.
Did you tell that?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
It was the day after.
It was amazing.
It was the day after the awards, so we were just recapping it. And we were talking about Rick falling off the stage, which was incredible because he broke his humerus at a comedy awards. Which is just,
did he actually break his
He
humerus?
fractured his humerus.
No.
Like, you can't write that.
And then like 2 seconds
God is
after
real.
him falling off the stage, Dan walks up to get his award and slips in the ale that he fell. It's the deck. Everyone's like, oh, fucking Dan taking the piss, falling over there. And I was like, no,
Did you think I fell?
I thought you fell. I was like, it was so hard.
I'm so uncoordinated. As if I'd be able to pull off like a stage fall.
It was a proper like Tom Cruise stunt.
Yeah, I was like, he defo fell there because you hit the deck too hard. Like,
I'm a bit gutted though, like, because I was getting excited. I was like, oh, why do the patrons know me? I'm falling over. Brilliant. That's me.
But that was our first nomination, wasn't it, ever for podcast?
Yeah.
I was so nervous. I mean, I was like, we're not going to win anyway because have our words in it. But I was like, so nervous in case it fall over going up or something.
Fell over.
And Dane was like, no one falls over at these events. Yeah. 2 people. First one salmon dived off the stage.
It was
always worse.
It was hilarious. Like, I know it was bad because he like fractured his arm, but it was so funny.
It was so funny.
Is it alright if I keep the envelope for roaches? It's just a question.
You alright, man? You sure? Okay, now. You alright, Chief? You saw the accident at the Adam Rushton Awards, didn't you? When people ask you tomorrow what was tonight like, all you're going to remember is when Citizen Smith fell off the stage.
Being funny though, but is there any need for how high the stage is in the Frog and Bucket?
No.
It's crazy.
It's the
weird,
fact
isn't
he fell off the highest stage in
Yeah.
the comedy circuit.
You know where the stage is and the stairs going up?
Yeah.
He cleared that and landed on them stairs.
He landed
He
on
just
the
went,
other stairs.
It's mad.
Like
I
a
saw that and I
double-decker.
was like, oh, well, there's the fall of the night.
Yeah.
And that means I won't fall.
So you fell in his pint. That's what it was. Because he had
Yeah.
a pint when he had a full pint at the top of the stage, and then no pint when he was on the floor. And then Dan slipped in that. Like it was just chaos all around. Wasn't it?
It was like
class.
straight afterwards.
Oh yeah,
It was so
funny.
good.
I watched the clip back, the noise the room makes when I fall, because
can
you
you
can't
send
see
us the
me.
clip?
Yeah, the
Thank
whole
you.
stream's there.
Oh,
Okay,
right.
yeah.
And you see Big Lou's, and he's awarding me the award, and he's like, it's Dante, and he's all excited, and then you see his face drop, and he bangs his head in there.
Yeah, and just
Oh,
like
that's hilarious.
everyone, like, because everyone's into comedy, like everyone was dying to laugh, but we had to just make sure the first guy, he wasn't dead.
Yeah,
'Cause he was
yeah.
old.
'Cause he's old, so it was one of them. Do you know, like I said on the Patreon, it's like, do you know when on a film when someone does like a big stunt and then they land in all the rubble and everyone's like,
Oh, yeah.
and then like his thumb just comes up and everyone's like, "Hey!" That's what it was like, wasn't it? It was so good. It was so funny. But yeah, it was class.
But send us that, we'll put it in
Yeah,
here so you can have a look.
but yes. So I was just buzzing off it when you fell over and you just pop straight back up, just like, still that excited that you'd won and that. It was
It's
so
a quick
good.
recovery as well. I was down for like a split second.
Yeah,
and then
Yeah.
I
that's it. It was just class. I think that's why people might have thought you were taking the piss, because you literally hit the deck and bounced straight back up, just like still laughing, like still made up and that. And then I spoke to you after, and you were like, "No, I was seeing stars on the stage."
I was shocked.
So funny.
It was horrible.
It was so good.
Is that the first award you've ever been nominated or
I like
given?
award like that. Like, there's not really any of those, because they're more like awards in the traditional sense, aren't they?
Yeah,
You get nominated, and then people vote, and then there's a big awards night.
You've
where-
won a few things, though, haven't you?
Yeah, I've won some comps.
Yeah,
Someone
yeah.
asked a question about awards.
You have, yeah. Should we go right into it?
Yeah.
May as well. It's come up, hasn't it?
Daisy Jones has asked, has winning a comedy award changed your career in any way? Has it opened any doors?
The first one I won was the Frog and Bucket World Series in 2020. And we were like, it was right in between lockdowns. So then I won that, and then because we went straight back into a lockdown, I was like, nothing. It felt like nothing came.
Yeah, right.
So then I was like, but then I got nominated off the back of that for Leicester Mercury.
Mm.
Then I won a couple of. I think when you get a few, then I have noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good on you, like when you're applying for stuff in it, to be like, I've done this, won this, been nominated for this, blah blah blah. Yeah.
Credits.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Because when you're first starting off, you just like feel like, who are you? And
clutching.
you're like, I done this once, and they're like, what?
What a gong show.
Yeah. It's mad. But like some of the stuff you write on when I first started, like just some of the shite that you put, like, I opened for this guy, and everyone's like, no one, who's that guy? Because I didn't know. Do you know what I mean? Because you don't know who the like proper promoters are. You go, I got a paid spot off these. You give me £10, and they're like, who is he? What are you on about? Not asked.
Doing 10-minute sets for the comedy balloon.
Yeah, man. But so have you found like that it's helped winning them? Because I've heard like different things of like, people aren't that asked about them. Like, it's just, if you're good, that's what gets
do you
your
win?
stuff.
Just prestige.
Some of them you get some money.
Okay.
You usually get some.
That's always
you know what I
nice,
mean?
innit?
Yeah, there's usually a few hundred smackers in it.
Yeah.
But I guess it's just like clout and stuff. But I mean, I think I've not got an agent. I think that's the main thing. That's the thing everyone wants really from competitions. Is it's being seen by industry and stuff.
True. I don't know about, like, I get having an agent, but also I feel like you spend so many years doing it all by yourself that when you get to a bigger point, then you're like, oh, now I've got to give someone 15% or whatever to do it.
Yeah. So
It's
would
like,
you
I've been
rather
doing
have
this.
one?
Yeah, I mean, I do really want one, but I'm so crap at like applying for stuff. And,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
self-promotion. But then a lot of people say, if you have one, you should you should get one when you've already nailed getting all the gigs on the circuit, and then they can focus on the other stuff.
Yeah.
Because if they're
TV
focusing
stuff.
on filling your diary, they're not going to be doing the
Yeah.
stuff. So it's a
Yeah,
tough
that
one.
makes sense.
Like TV work and stuff
If
like
it's
that.
like, if your workload's getting bigger, then have one so they can help with that.
Yeah.
Can I just apologise to anyone watching on the state of this on air?
Oh, it fell off
That-
again.
Looks like a
Will
bin
they just fucking take that down? Jesus
coming
Christ.
down.
Well, yeah.
I just looked
How
at it and
many
just thought,
layers of
that's
tape?
hilarious.
Someone
Yeah.
will be glad you've addressed that. though.
Yeah.
Someone with severe OCD, like, okay.
I mean, it's annoying me now.
Don't have words.
I'm fine with it, I should say.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
It's my corner.
We've got a big thing printed, a big Mad High Club thing for the live show.
Oh, nice.
Bring that in to like
Just cover up all
cover
the
that.
tape.
I'm gonna do a minute on the live show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna do a minute.
Is right.
You're in town. You're doing 2 gigs already, but if you want to come down to that as well, doing a little live show next Wednesday.
Oh, next Wednesday.
Yeah, man.
Sick.
So you're in Liverpool anyway, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Sick.
His debut on stage.
Are you gonna do?
I'm not. I'm just podcasting, but I have started writing to do stand up. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So see when that happens.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Good that you can do a little you can be on stage doing the podcast, what you know,
Yeah.
and get used to a bit more of that feeling of
Just
everything.
get comfortable
looking
with
at you
it.
and that.
That's because that's my biggest fear. So once I've faced that, that should help. And then I'll definitely do the set on Patreon
Yeah.
first, so the Patreons can see it first.
What do you mean? So you're gonna do your set?
Yeah, at the live show probably.
To,
Not this one.
sorry, I thought you meant just like to a Canberra. Just
No, at the
gig.
live
Yeah,
show. Yeah, because I need to give the Patreons all the best stuff in it. So my first ever set that can go to Patreons.
Gotta give them what they want.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sign up to Patreon if you want to see that. Yeah, man.
Do you think you'll do it in front of your audience, or do you think you'll
Yeah.
grind it out with all the
Nope.
shitty little nights first?
No, in
Yes.
front of our lovely audience. Love you guys. But just because, like, for them as well, I'd want it to be my first ever one. Like,
Like a big it's like a big moment in it, so
Yeah.
then we'll be
that'll be
involved
great.
in
They'll
it.
love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to that shit. Harriet Sloan asks, does Dan still practice magic?
How does Harriet know that?
How does Harriet know that?
Should be Harriet Sleuth. Really, on it there.
Like, did you used to do magic
Yeah,
on stage?
I
or
did
anything?
when I was 12 till I was 18. Yeah.
Harriet.
How do you know that?
Yeah.
Who are you, Harriet?
But it's been so. When I won the Frog and Bucket World Series, you had to put like they sent you a sheet like interesting facts and
Right.
stuff. And I don't know, we were in lockdown or something, so I was a magician.
Yeah.
I put like a magician and ex-magician and ex-DJ, and now whenever I win anything in all like Beyond Joke and Short, it's always like the magician and DJ dancing. So people are thinking I'm doing some magic, like comedy act,
That's so funny.
pulling stuff out the decks.
Yeah, you just turn up with nothing and they're like, I thought you were doing magic. You're like, no.
Yeah.
It's in here.
So you've done magic for 6 years?
Yeah, man. I was rubbish. I wasn't
Right,
a good
okay.
magician. I'm dyspraxic, which affects like coordination and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not a natural. Like,
Just finding cards in the wrong pocket. Like,
It was like that though, but that was part of my pattern. I'd like drop my cards and then
Yeah.
do a little switch
Yeah,
or whatever.
right, okay.
Yeah, I was like an opportunist.
That's mad. So-
I think that's so funny. Just ex-magician, like, I don't do that anymore.
Yeah. No, I'm out.
Yeah. Someone comes back, we need you for one last show. I told you.
There's an elephant that needs disappearing.
So did you used to do that on stage?
No,
Like-
yeah. So I started doing children's parties or whatever.
Right,
So
okay.
I started when I was 12. It wasn't long until my mum was like, was like, oh, Dada's daughter, she's doing a show.
Right.
They were like, obviously for a parent, it's a cheaper version, and it give me 20 quid,
Yeah.
and then instead of 150 or 200 quid. So I did that, and then I was like, then all of the mums in that circuit were like hiring me.
That's mad.
But I'd charge 20 quid and spend like 50 quid on tricks.
Yeah.
In the lead up to it. So
Proper. It's
wasn't
like
like
always
a-
been in the open mic circuit, innit? Just
But yeah, I
spending
used
loads of
I
money.
used to love magic, man. I was obsessed with it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Who's your favourite
I
magician?
was about to ask that.
yeah.
Well, Pete Furman. He's like a stand-up comedy magician.
I know him.
Right.
I know him.
He's sick. Yeah, I like Penn and Teller, like all of that sort of like it was comedy magic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I loved stand-up, but you can't do stand-up when you're 12.
No.
No,
No,
right,
a
that's
lot of
Dave
help.
Chappelle.
Yeah.
Like, that's
yeah.
why he was like
Or
15
Callum
or
Oakley.
something, wasn't he? Or Callum Oakley, yeah.
Jack Carroll. Well,
Yeah.
it was all of those guys on Britain's Got Talent watching them that really made me obsessed with it.
Yeah,
because
right.
they
Yeah.
were kids doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, I think I just did a trick and someone was like, how did you do that? And I was like, yeah, I'm going to do more of that.
What
Yeah.
was your best trick? Don't want you to
I've had
tell me how to
some-
do it because you don't want you kicking out with the magic
I
circle.
mean, don't get me
like,
wrong.
but-
Any magicians watching this, I'm not like. I was never like on the level. Like,
I don't know what our magician viewership's like.
Yeah, getting raging. I used to do a trick where I'd like make you'd sign a note and make it disappear, and it'd be inside an orange. That was a
okay.
crowd pleaser. And then I
So how'd
did
you do
one.
that?
I'm impressed.
Immediately
How
wants
do you
to
do
go.
that?
Go on, come on.
Yeah, well, this is it.
breaking news.
I can't do any of it. I can tell you how it's all done, but it's not.
Could you do any tricks right now?
I'm
No? You need
severely
something?
out of practice. I really don't like doing it because people, when I'm drunk, will like really nudge me.
Yeah.
They'll go, all right, come on then.
Yeah.
Give me the coin.
What
And then
made
they're
you?
disappointed because it's just like,
Because
and
it doesn't work.
I get all nervy and
Yeah.
Flashbacks.
not nice. I don't like. Yeah,
Yeah.
but then I also used to do one where it's a famous trick, but it's like Russian roulette, but instead of a gun, you've got like 4 planks of wood, and one of them's got a big nail in it.
Yeah, right.
You put polystyrene
Oh,
cups
yeah.
and you move it around. And
Bang on them, yeah.
How'd you do that?
Well, there's a few different.
Can't tell us.
few
Break the
different
rules of
things.
the magic circle.
Can I tell
Tell
you?
us that
I don't
one.
know. I don't know.
Death threats from
If we
magicians.
weren't on
magic
camera,
mafia
I'd tell
coming
you in
for
a
you.
heartbeat. But now I'm like, my 12-year-old would be like, you've changed.
I was like that with a certificate of magic.
Yeah.
And then put it back together.
It's still in me.
I couldn't resist.
I'll never leave. Yeah.
What made you stop pursuing the magic?
Can't really remember. I was very self-conscious about what people thought about it, like mates and stuff, and people finding out about it. And then I can't really remember how it happened. Probably when I got more into, I did get into DJing when I was 18.
Yeah. How long
which
did
is
that last?
hilarious because I got no sense of rhythm. I don't really listen to music.
Why'd you get into that then? Just fancy it?
I just always want to be the centre of attention.
Yeah, right.
We're
okay.
going out loads. I'm like, well, I want to be him. I want to be the one everyone's going to see.
Yeah,
Do you know
okay,
what
I get
mean?
you.
Okay, what was your DJ name?
Well, it was me and my mate James Monk. We were called the Party People.
Also, you were going for like a Chemical Brothers vibe with 2 years.
But we do a lot of like crap functions as well. 50ths.
Right, okay.
80s.
So you've done some actual gigs then, DJing?
Yeah. We
okay.
did like I didn't go to the school, but the school all my mates with a couple of years below, we did their prom.
Yeah.
And that was
funny.
that was the gig of our life. That was so like
Because you were older than
Kevin
them
and
as
Penny
well.
moment.
because we knew them all. They were all our mates and stuff, and we were doing their prom. It was like their sixth form prom.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was sick.
That's funny, that.
And then,
It's mad.
but everyone who knew us was loving it. And then there was a big like I can remember like loads of people being annoyed because we were playing songs that they didn't know and that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At a 50th as well, just smoked fucking.
Yeah.
Let's give it up for Barbara.
Give me some signal.
I don't know what it is for, like, because me and my mate Mark, we were always like wanting to be DJs as well. Like went to Zante and that, we were like, lad, it'd be so sick just coming out DJing in Zante, you know, like doing the season.
Yeah,
Just being like, fucking, I don't know what it is, like fucking Kevin and Penny or something.
Yeah.
Like international DJs.
It's a fun thing to do with a mate, innit? Like everyone there looking at you, you're all pissed. You're like,
I think as you go to festivals and all that, and you're like, oh, this could be us, we could be them.
I remember when I was a kid and like I had youth centre and a fella came in and he was like, oh, if you want to do a DJing class, you can come and do it. And I remember saying to one of my mates, I was like, I think I'm gonna do this. And he went, what? Why the fuck would you never like go to DJ classes? And I went, what's wrong with it? And he went, what's right with it?
if only I'd had that mate.
But it's good though, because you got like experience in performing from a young age, even though it wasn't stand up. But like I was in a band, so I've been on stage quite a bit. So then when it comes to stand up, it's like, all right, you're on your own, but you've been up in front of people and that.
Whoa. You were in a band?
I've been in 2 bands.
I didn't fucking know this.
Yeah.
Oh, like really good.
What band?
I was in a band called Codecker, which was like when I was like 17 to 20, maybe.
I knew the one.
And then the other one was called Cthulhu, which was like moody heavy metal.
Yeah.
They're like just made so people would fight each other.
What you play?
Guitar.
Dean, I had no fucking idea
Yeah.
Do you
whatsoever.
even know
Do
him?
you even know
Stand-up
me, mate?
comedian, guitarist.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
I didn't know. I
Artist.
didn't know, but you say that makes complete sense. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
yeah.
But you have to show Tom you
have to show me a few
Show
licks.
some tunes.
because it's like proper, like you'd be like, oh, this is a
No
band
way.
on
Dear
the
man.
radio.
Full of surprises, you know.
Well,
Musical man. No, yeah, we were like, when I met Amy, I was in a band. It was just proper moody heavy metal.
Nice.
Like just to make people just punch each other. And
Your
just,
mosh pits and shit.
oh yeah, just
Yeah.
like, but it was one of them, like I had an 8-string guitar, which was just super low. So like it was just noise. You couldn't even tell what was going on the stage. It
Baritone.
was just like, like just to make people just fight. That's all it was really.
I seen something like that on just on a story on Instagram. It was like screamo. Like, rah,
Yeah,
just don't get. I used to do a bit on stage. Like I can't imagine finishing like a 9-hour shift and then getting in and like getting a glass of wine and throwing the tunes on and go. Rah.
Yeah, I remember it. You have something about wearing like denim, like jean jackets or something as well.
Can't remember.
Ah,
Yeah,
I remember you
something
doing
like
that bit. Yeah,
Um,
but it's mad. I listen to like heavy metal and that, and I do listen to it to like calm down.
Mad.
It's
Crazy.
weird.
you listen
It's a
to it
weird thing.
driving, don't you?
Yeah.
Sometimes, would you like?
I like a little bit of metal, but you've got to be in the right mood.
Yeah.
Be in a metal mood.
I just think, like it's most people in that area are coming from a dark place. I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
That music resonates with them, you know.
Dan,
Mm.
a question for you. Joe Piers asks,
Hi, Joe.
where's that? Oh, sorry. What's been the hardest part of standing out?
Standing
Yeah,
out.
yeah. It's a bit of a broad question, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I have that much problem standing out because I am weird.
I've
Like
wrote that wrong. It's
Oh,
stand
what?
up.
It's the hardest part of stands up.
Starting out.
Oh, starting
Yeah.
out.
Stand up.
Starting out, yeah. Sorry.
Oh, well, there you go. You got a free
I was gonna say
little bit
standing
about
out.
standing out
This is
there.
what you get a dyslexic fucking
Well, I
It
remember,
might be me, yeah.
I remember the first time I seen you at Hot Water, and you come on, you're just dead loud. Like,
And
just like
except before I was good. Yeah, I can't just leave that now because all I've said is I had no problem standing out. Starting out, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I look visually, I look mad and
Yeah.
I sound a bit mad.
But I remember, I remember
Yeah.
it was just like a fucking whirlwind on the stage because you're just like, "Where fucking what's going on?" Like it's just mad. Because I was speaking to you in the green room, and like when you speak to you, you're quite like quiet and quite calm. And I seen you on stage, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Is this? It was mad. It's class though. I love watching you do stand up.
So yeah, originally it was what's the hardest part of starting out in stand up?
Yeah, sure. There's loads of hard things, isn't there? Like, I mean, it's just a journey. I think getting gigs initially is probably the toughest bit,
Yeah.
I'd say. And then sort of trying to navigate, like, what you're meant to be doing. Like, should you be writing more? Like,
Yeah.
But you've got nowhere to do the stuff.
That's the hardest thing, and it's practicing your sets. I think because it's like, you know, being a musician or like a DJ or even doing magic, you can practice everything at home, hours and hours on end. Whereas stand up, you go, I've got 10 minutes a week to try it, and you get up, something doesn't work, and you go, fuck, and you have to wait like 10 days, 2 weeks till your next gig, where you go, oh, I'll try it the new way. And you go, oh, that worked a bit better. Wait another 2 weeks, and it's like 10 minutes at a time, 5 minutes at a time. It's like, it's fucking well hard to like sort of start building it up.
Defo.
Well, I found as well, like, because you don't know how long other people have been going, you sort of look at people going, these guys are all pros.
Yeah.
And once you've been in it for like a year or so, you go, oh, you only started 2 weeks before me, and you just put a gig on.
Yeah.
And I thought you were like this big
you
promoter
do.
and all that. It's weird.
It is strange. And then also I think a big hard thing is like when you don't really have any mates that do it.
Yeah.
And you're just on your own and you feel like everyone else is this big clique that you're not part of and you don't belong and you're not right for it and all of that sort of like the mental battle to convince yourself you
Yeah, I
should be
think
doing
a
it.
lot of women probably go through that.
I imagine for a woman, particularly in like the Northwest. Is
Yeah.
Manchester seems like it's got a good, like, nice supportive group now, though.
Yeah.
Like, there's a good, like, group of, like, up-and-comers in Manchester, and they all seem to always be, like, helping each other out and stuff. It looks like a nice place to start doing it. Like,
I always thought personally, because where I grew up, it was just the people I grew up with were just idiots. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I remember first time going to Hot Water and stuff, and you talk to you know other people doing the gig, and it was the first time of being like, oh, these are like me.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like, I don't have to pretend to be a fucking scally for a couple of hours.
I always thought as well, you just like you spend all night laughing
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, these are so sound. And like, I remember that, like, you were proper sound to me when the first time I come out with everyone was Christmas night out.
Right.
You know, and Callum Oakley invited me. But I'd only met Callum like once, but he was like, oh yeah, we all go out, come out. And as soon as I was there, you were one of the first people that were just like, oh, what's going on, lad? And like,
It was like, here's some coattails for me to cling on to.
It was just dead sound, like just meeting loads of people being like, oh, these are dead sound, all these.
Yeah,
So
it
was good. But yeah, like you say, finding the gigs is probably the hardest bit, because people don't want to take a chance on you because you're like, I've never gigged before, or I've done 2 gigs or whatever. And then you're trying to like build up a set, and like you just can't get enough practicing.
And then the gigs you are doing are like either open mics or maybe gong shows.
There's 4 people in the crowd and that.
Yeah,
exactly. And then when you do get a big chance,
yeah,
you get booked on a pro show. You've never done a big room on a pro.
Yeah.
thing, so you just have a rough one, and
it
is really frustrating.
Yeah, it sounds horrendous.
No, it's horrible.
And it's having a bad gig in front of a certain person, and then you're like, oh well, that's me fucked.
Yeah.
And that's it in that gig. Or
and then they think you're shit for years.
Me and Tom went to Stockport once. Stockton, sorry, not Stockport.
Oh, the gong.
No, it was
it
was another one in the Georgian Theatre. It looked dead nice, but the night we went down, they were like turning the Christmas lights on, and there was another comedy gig on as well. So there was like 8 people in there in a full big massive room. 8 people sat at the front, and I was like, this is going to be a death. And then just in the back, Peter Vincent sat with a light on him. Just like, oh, this is awful. And he'd seen me, and I'd done his gig. I'd done that gong like a few months before, and done like 45 seconds and got gonged off as well. So I was like, 2 times he's seen me just die on my ass, and I was like, oh, this is awful. Yeah, so bad.
You can recover from these things though over time.
I have now, yeah.
Because I had the same when I went and did that Stockton gong for Peter Vincent. A few of us drove down, and I was on last, and it was a long night, and I did like a minute or 2.
Yeah. Well, I walked out on mine, like, and I was on just before the break. And as I walked out, I seen people getting up and walking to the bar, because they were like, right, we've got one more act and then a break. So you're seeing people getting up and walking. So I walked out and I was like, where the fuck's everyone going? And I'd never done a gong before. So I went into it in as like a normal set, you know, like quite slow and just like build it up. And I think the people were just like, nah, not enough. Like a 2.5 hour drive, 45 seconds on stage, and was like, skirt. Just all the way home, like, oh, I'm giving up this comedy shite.
I love when you explain to someone who doesn't do comedy what a gong show is, and just watching their face go like, why would you put yourself through that?
Yeah. They always are like, whoa. Because to them, doing stand-up itself sounds utterly like the fear of rejection, but to have that stamped out in the form of like cards.
Yeah. Well, I went and done Beat the Frog after a lockdown. Just for stage time, because it'd been so long without being on, and I just felt dead bad, because there was like loads of new acts being like, oh, it's my second gig, and how long have you been going? I was like, nearly 4 years, mate. Just went on and just ripped it, didn't get no cards, and I was just like, I only wanted the stage time. I didn't want to win or anything, but it was just like, I just felt bad, so I was like, I'm not going to do any more. Because it's just too far past it now, do you know what I mean?
I'm not doing it for that reason. I'm doing it for the fear of, still have fear of some stranger going,
Just because you put it all in 3 people's like thing, and then, like, they might see someone else put the card up and go, should I not like this either? So they go, oh, I'll put mine up as well.
They
like,
become detached from what it means as well.
Yeah.
Like, I remember once I got gonged in Burscough for a Freddie Quinn gong, and it was one of those where when you get gonged, all the audience are like, oh no. It was like, I did like 4 minutes and 50 seconds or something. And then this woman was like, he had the card up, like, shouting. And then I was like, it's all right, mate. Yeah, I'm only going back to Sheffield now. And he went, no. And he just like hit him like, oh.
It's mad. It's a mad thing, but like, I'm saying, like, when I first started, I didn't even know they existed. So to do, I stopped doing them quite soon into doing stand-up, because I was like, I don't like it. I didn't get into it to do gong shows. I'm like, I feel like you'd end up getting booked by them people eventually anyway. Yeah. If you stick with it long enough and that. But they're horrible.
Some of the saddest nights.
Yeah.
Those.
I seen someone get gonged off on the one I done in Stockton. He was getting an applause break, and then I heard the gong go, and I was like, what the fuck's happened there? everyone was like, "Oh, that's fucking brilliant," but someone was like, "Nah,
Someone's
not
ahead
for
at the
me."
back, yeah.
And then the gong went, and he come off, and he was like, why did that happen?
What's that?
It's
Yeah.
weird. It's just
They
a
might
mad
just
thing.
go, no, I don't like one-liners. You
Yeah,
know?
Yeah.
yeah. It's so
always-
subjective.
I always think about the amount of people that must have discouraged who would have went on to be really good. You know what I mean? And they were like,
Yeah.
"Fuck that! I'm not
Yeah.
gonna
That's
put
why you
myself through that again."
can't like put your who you are on those people's opinion.
yeah.
Like I've been around a lot of gigs and I've seen loads of comedians get discouraged, but like I can see that they're amazing.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because it's your edge
Shit
and
crowd.
you're taking all this negative energy on.
Yeah.
That's like something that I've learned.
Well, on the
around everywhere.
on the topic of stands up, we'll ask this question. It's another one from Harriet Sloan, and it's what are Dan's views on the challenges in the comedy industry as a member of the LGBT plus community?
Harriet.
She's got a deep dive. She's got a deep dive on you. mate.
Harriet. So what? Just repeat the question. Sorry. Tom.
Sorry, yeah. So it's what are Dan's views on the challenges in the comedy industry as a member of the, or are there any? I don't feel that.
Interesting. I don't know because let's be real. Any comedian will be thinking that there are some perks to being
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
LGBT.
yeah.
There's a
'Cause
certain
I'm not a
night,
straight
isn't there?
white man somehow.
Yeah,
Technically,
yeah.
I'm not. I feel like I get a lot of the privileges of being a straight white man because I seem like one.
Yeah.
But then I am gay. So because people like often if you're a diverse act, particularly in the north, people will book you because they need a bit of diversity.
Yeah.
I feel like it's when they're pretty desperate for diversity that they resort to me, I reckon. But yeah, I think I've been pleasant because I came out through stand-up, really. I told some close mates, but I never had like come out really until I did a gig, and then I was like, right, now I need to tell my mum, my dad, my grandma, because
In
I've
case they
done
come and
it
see you do stand up
on
and then
stage. I was
Yeah.
like, if I'm doing it in front of audiences, I've got
With your dad doing a spit take.
what?
What a way to find out like that. Midway through an applause break, just
Puts his
looks down.
card up.
yeah, gong off by your dad. Yeah. But no, way, like it's good because they have there's like LGBTQ comedy nights, isn't there? There's loads of them now as well, which is great for the industry, and it gives like a chance for like them acts to be booked solely on them shows. And so I think it's like it's coming a long way in it. Like
Yeah.
I don't know because I've not been in it that long, and neither of you. Like I don't know what it was like 5-10 years ago. You know, it probably a lot harder than it is now.
Definitely.
But it
Definitely.
seems like it's going the right direction for.
Audiences are never homophobic from my experience anyway. Even if you go, when I was newer, I'd go to some like mad little town and I'd be really nervous about saying I was gay in Grantham or whatever.
Yeah.
But they're always just like, now I think, particularly with as a gay man, they're like, yeah, we
We get it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's always like goodwill when you.
Yeah, if there is a bad egg in the crowd, the rest of the crowd probably turn on him.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what's
She's
funny?
good.
You saying like you've never really experienced like homophobia from the audiences. We had Brennan on the other week, and he's straight, but he's had loads of people like having to go at him, like being homophobic towards him.
So
And
you've
he's
got
like-
that to look
he's not-
forward to.
He's not even
Yeah.
he's not even gay, and he was getting it. So it's like it's mad.
I think you find a load of that recently. Like usually the guys who would be homophobic, like the really butch fellas, even now they're like, I mean, I don't mind if you do it on your own, you know what I mean, in your own space, because it's just become.
Well, yeah, and it's also it's like you know they stand
RuPaul,
on one
taking over the
side.
world.
Yeah, but they stand on one side and go, "Oh, men's mental health matters." And it's like, well, you can't then be like, "Oh, you fucking gay." You know?
Yeah.
You're like, well,
Yeah.
you're still a man though. Like, so I think it's all shifting in it. Like, but yeah,
Have you ever had a relationship with a woman?
Interesting
Sexual
you should say
relationship.
this. Yeah.
he's a faker.
No, I have. Well, yeah, no, I've just written a bit about a couple of months ago, and I was really pissed, and I contemplated like getting with a woman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You have to be really
I
pissed.
didn't, just to be clear. And the next day, I was like, wow.
that reminds me of I've seen on the IT crowd when the guy and everyone's like, he's definitely gay, and she takes Jen to like Gay the musical and all that, and he's just like, no, I just like musicals. And at the end, he's like kissing her, and he's like starts crying, going, oh, I thought I'd get away with it because you look like a man. And all that. So
I'm a
funny.
gay man.
Yeah, so good that. Yeah.
But yeah, when I was a young lad, because I thought I was straight, really. Well, I knew sort of had intrusive gay thoughts, but then I was like, oh, I must just be bi.
Yeah.
And
Intrusive.
yeah,
Like,
does that make sense?
yeah, it makes sense. I've just never thought of it like that. Like, you're just going about your day, and it's just
it was literally like, and when you're 16, for me, being gay was like the worst thing. Even though I didn't really grow, it was subtle homophobia. You know, it was all like, that's gay, this is gay, you're gay.
My eldest brother Martin's gay, and I always remember as a kid when I'd go, that's gay, that. And he'd sit me down and he'd be like, what do you mean by gay? And I'm like, it's gay, innit? I still had no idea that he was gay. And he didn't really come out. It was just kind of gathered. Oh yeah, actually one day he used to have a flash in town.
Someone off and you're like, oh,
there you go. Worse than that.
Worse than me up.
I was putting songs on his laptop and I put Bad Romance on by Lady Gaga and he was like, and I went, oh.
That's funny, that. So you've, when you were like 16ish, you started
there's
feeling
a girl
like,
I was like, I never actually slept with her, so I'm technically, couldn't get my penis into the vagina. That's how it works, isn't it?
You went, I'll sod this and try and asses instead.
Important part of straight sex, as far as I'm aware, is to get it. I mean, I don't know. I'm not educating you on it. I'm here to listen.
Speaking on my culture, please, Dan.
A big hard thing actually was when no one thought I was actually gay. I'd say it in my stand-up, but everyone thought it was just a joke. And then I didn't realise properly, and I was like, but then loads of people were like, oh, you're gay? And I was like, I need to do something about this. Yeah. Because it's a bit grim knowing that people think, one, you're not gay, and two, that's just a crap joke, when actually I'm trying to be really honest and do something that's quite hard for me to admit, you know what I mean?
And then just think it's hack because you're not actually gay. Or even like you could have people thinking like, oh, he's only saying he's gay to get on certain bills and shit like that as well. I imagine that happens with certain people.
Sure it does,
because you're not dead camp or whatever, so it's like, well, yeah, I am gay.
Well, I heard someone, I won't name him, in a podcast years ago say, they were talking about me, and he went, do you think he's actually gay? Yeah. And the other guy was like, yeah, of course he is. But then that really annoyed me that was even a discussion.
Why are you at like,
why would I want
so
this?
Stupid,
what like Machiavellian plan are you fucking right, I'll shag a couple fellas, I'll just, you know what I mean?
I'll just headline in the store.
I'll just get it and bear it for a couple of years.
But just quickly, what I was, I know this is like a proper hard left turn, but what was your rock climbing like?
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of being gay.
I roller skated to the rock climbing place. It was, do you know what? It was, my body's still, because I do no exercise at all. I'm just an unhealthy person. So my body's still killing me. But it was funny because I went with my girlfriend and her little brother. And I was like, do you know if there's all fucking dead, handsome fucking hipster rock climber fellas with big crazy calves and chalk all over their hands and shit, hairbands? I was like, no, we're just not going. But we went and we had an induction. And this fella was like, and he's like, it was like, have you ever started a job and then they show you a little video and it's like, welcome to Sainsbury's. That's what he was like. And he's like, hi guys, the greys, it's just to get your blood pumping. As soon as you move on to orange and purple, now you find them really difficult. Just like, this fella out of a fucking cartoon or something. Our cafe has great vegetarian options and smoothies. That's scripted. But it was good, but you're just getting you're getting snarls if you're not. Do you know, like, because you're meant to follow the colours and all that shit. So if you didn't, people like these fucking newbies.
Renegades.
Mixing colours.
But it was good. I think initially I was like, oh, I'm not going to be into this. And then, like the next day I was like, do you know what? I'll do that again. Yeah. I'm going to go back.
It's right.
Seems a fun way to exercise.
Yeah. Because you don't feel like you're exercising.
Yeah, that's.
And there's all kids and shit around, and it's like a family atmosphere. Yeah. It's nice.
That'll put me off.
What, the kids and that?
Yeah.
I told you, didn't I? I was meeting them down there and I smoked a little bit of weed before I went down, so I was just standing there with all these hundreds of screaming kids, and I was like, I shouldn't have had that.
Sensory overload, that kids screaming and that.
Yeah, it was good though. Yeah, enjoyed it.
We'll have to do some activities.
Yeah.
Won't we?
Go rock climbing.
Yeah. Yeah,
I hate it. It's so bad.
Rock climbing.
Straight that, Tom.
Why do you hate rock climbing?
Kills your hands. It's horrible. Yeah. Really hurts your hands. Yeah. rubbish at it. It's embarrassing. You mess with and you fall.
Imagine for like dyspraxic.
Yeah, and then there's always some prick just like
Spider-Man over there.
It was crazy though, because there'd be like a fat kid, and you was like, "Now what's he doing here?" And then he was like, doosh, hanging off, and there was like finger weights.
Right.
So you just had people just hanging from the fingers,
like strengthening the fingers and that. Yeah.
It was mad, but you wouldn't peg them for it.
Yeah.
Big guys, big kids.
Amazing.
Strong fingers.
Has your dyspraxia, is that what it's called?
Dyspraxia.
Has that ever got you in like an awful situation, like badly injured or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loads. I can't think now.
concussion?
Try and think. I nearly drowned once, but that was just a riptide. That's not really.
That's
the ocean's fault.
I was just an act of God.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I was just, I've cracked my head open like loads.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice. I feel like no one ever cracks their head open once. It's always like people have got a few.
I landed on a rock and then I ran into a radiator. Yeah.
Sure you're not
Boom.
dyspraxic?
I might be, yeah. I'm very clumsy, aren't I?
Yeah.
Me
I
mate
just dropped by the doctors.
Me mate was dyspraxic going up, and we just thought it's just an excuse because he's shit at footy.
Yeah.
And then like, years later, we were like,
shit
oh
at
no, it's
footy.
an actual thing.
I'd never heard of it until seeing Mike Carter doing stand-up.
Is he dyspraxic
And
as
he's
well,
saying
Mike
about
Carter?
being
There's
dyspraxic.
loads of us, loads of dyspraxic.
All
comics.
sports really bad at. And we've got a ping pong tournament with a bloody Paralympian soon.
Yeah. I don't know. I think so. Have a way of doing it. Because Adam reckons he can beat a Paralympian.
That's funny.
So
they're
putting an event on, I think, me versus Amy.
That'll be good.
Doing.
But you've got to like
It'll
put
be
one
over
behind your
quick.
back or something.
Nah.
Oh, mind you only play with one hand anyway. What the fuck am I on about?
Both hands behind my back. And you just
I'm
went out.
hoping my Asian blood just kicks in and I'm like, pew, pew.
I was
Just instantly pick it up in that grip.
Yeah, crouching tiger.
someone's asking me today in work, which I thought was good. Say if like tomorrow we all got drafted, like fact we all had to go, or you're getting put up against the wall. What would you ideally like to do? Like in the tank or
Sniper.
sniper? Yeah.
Maybe get a submarine and reverse it and go to the Caribbean or something.
You don't have to go.
No, you've got to save.
Yeah.
You're staying at home because it's just 18 to 60-year-old
You're
It's
just
men.
going to be on
opportunities.
posters and shit.
No.
No, for just
for
the
podcast
sake of it,
purposes.
Yeah, for podcast purposes. But Amy, you have to save. You can't fuck off with the submarine.
You can't just you can't take a submarine.
Do you need a chef?
Yeah.
No, if you got to fight the Russians. How are you going to do it? You're
Poison
gonna
the
do
food.
What, espionage?
Make some
Can I be a spy?
authentic Russian
Yeah.
cuisine.
Could I do undercover?
Yeah, like a spy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Russians are known to poison spies, so be careful.
Yeah. Not if I poison them first.
What about you, John?
I'm thinking like just front line, just all like cojones.
Yeah.
Just
Cojones.
Yeah, picture that.
You know what I mean?
Just shooting everywhere.
Yeah.
Like,
Just falling over and shooting your teammates.
Yeah.
I'd definitely be a sniper, I reckon.
Nice. Sniper's like the cool one, innit?
I
Yeah.
can see
Though,
you being
innit?
a sniper, dude.
It's a bit snide though, but
You have to, you have to shit yourself and piss yourself and that.
yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, he's like, Doug.
Is that all? Is that the requirement?
if Kyle Legacy was here, he'd be like, "Oh, you could just go and do one of your jokes, Keegan."
What would you do? Would you be in the tanks or something?
I like Bands of Brothers.
Yeah.
You know the show Bands of Brothers, and they're like paratroopers.
Oh,
I like the idea of that, but then I'd love to fly a jet as well.
Oh, yeah.
Just be flying around in a fucking jet, blowing these commies up.
Have you heard about like being in the jets with the G-forces and that?
Yeah.
You have to like push blood into
Oh,
their
yeah,
heads,
yeah. Like,
otherwise they pass out.
Yeah, they have to do mad breathing
That's
exercises.
just mad. That. Fuck that. Imagine passing out while you're flying a plane. Like, fuck that.
Imagine kids have to get evacuated now. Do you know what I mean? Still like showing up at like real sun centre.
Yeah, it'd be mad, man. I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen here with all this. Like,
I mean, so submarine still.
yeah,
Why not?
In
Never
the
been in
Navy.
one.
I thought Dan, if anyone, would be in the Navy.
His brother's gay. It's
Yeah,
all right.
That's the sort of subtle homophobia I was referring to earlier.
It is crazy though, isn't it? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Worried about nukes and that.
Are they So, right, if they win, what is Ukraine just no more? We're just going to pretend that didn't exist.
I don't even know. I'm so naive on it.
It's going to be big Russia.
How can you do that?
I think it used to be part of the Union,
Soviet
didn't it?
Union.
Yeah.
And then basically he's just like, I want it back.
Once the Soviet
But
Union
then-
back, yeah.
The Soviet Union was massive, wasn't it? So what else does he want
Yeah.
back?
Well, that's what I mean.
exactly.
Just keep on going
Doesn't
until.
feel like he'll stop at Ukraine. Like,
No.
I don't know anything,
No.
but it sort of does mirror
Doesn't feel
how
like
the World
rational.
War started, isn't it? Like you take one place and then
Yeah. That's it.
But
But as soon as it's past Ukraine as well, it's NATO countries, and then
Yeah.
that's when
Yeah.
a World War would kick off.
Do you
then.
remember? Do you remember the clip of the pigeon saluting Vladimir Putin?
No.
There was I'll find
No.
it for you. There was a clip, and it's of a pigeon, and and no words of a life. Vladimir Putin like nods at the pigeon goes. I'm joking with you. That should have been the first red flag. People were like, fucking pigeon saluting this fella.
Do you know there's a conspiracy that like birds aren't real?
I looked at a pigeon the other day. I was high, like I was swear to fucking God. I looked at a pigeon. I was like, that's not a real pigeon.
Do you know what? We've saw, what was that?
We seen two ducks do the exact same movement, and I was like, that was a glitch. That was a
Glitch
glitch.
in
in
the
Yes,
the
and
Matrix
then
there.
there was a shipping container where there shouldn't have been a shipping container.
Like someone had just spawned one by accident. But
I said, no, that's just sex trafficking.
the conspiracy with birds is that they're all like spy devices.
Yeah, I swear
There's
to
just
God.
loads of
they
spy
are
devices.
weird.
And
If
that.
you look at one in the eye, I hate the fact that they look at you from the
Yeah,
side.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Llamas
when I have a
do
look
that.
at you, they turn
Yeah.
like that. That
Yeah.
just freaks me out. Like,
Llamas do. I used to have a llama, and to look at it come up next to you and like wrap its neck around your head. So to look at
We
you
had
side on.
I need to see this video.
It's
so that-
insane.
Yeah.
It's insane. But it just feel like there was loads of warning signs of Putin and people because it's Russia.
Yeah.
They're such an intimidating country. I feel like it was. I think most countries, people are like, yeah, let's have it. Because it's Russia, you're like,
I don't know.
stay out of it, stay out of it.
Yeah.
It's mad though, the proper like controlling what Russian people are saying.
Yeah.
So the media is run by the government. So
That was the first thing Putin did when he came in. He just
Yeah.
like controlled the media.
yeah, it's scary.
that's what I don't get. They're not on like YouTube and stuff.
They
But-
can't access it though.
Yeah, stuff will be limited.
Like we've been to China, and in China you couldn't get on Facebook without using a VPN. You know what I mean? So it's like they control what people will
Yeah.
be seeing.
And it's you're probably getting a load of trouble, I guess. If you
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
one of the people who was running the media, who was with the government, they posted the death toll. I think it was of the Russian soldiers. It was took down in seconds, and he's probably dead now. So, but people are getting glimpses of it from different places. But for the majority, they're believing what the government's saying. But it just
Yeah, it's
goes to
mad.
show you what the fuck is real.
Yeah.
Like what are you being fed? Like might not necessarily be real.
I mean, even you go down that road, like there's people who think the war isn't even happening.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
half
don't.
my
Yeah,
conspiracy theorists about
yeah, that's
everything.
not.
I think the same people who were anti-vaxxers and they went, right, what else can I just,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Because they just think that the media lies about absolutely everything.
Yeah.
So this is just another stage of
Yeah, I have heard though.
conforming to the new world order
Like-
and shit
Yeah.
like that.
But there has been clips that have came out and people are like, oh, look at this bomb going off in Ukraine. And then they do a little bit of research on it. It turns out it's from a completely
years
different
ago
war
now.
years ago. Yeah.
That's just misinformation.
Yeah,
It's a-
yeah,
it's a
misinformation.
whole
And
other
that's the
war.
bad thing about that as well. There's so much of that. Like there's like big Russian bot farms who like that.
Oh,
All they
right,
do
yeah.
is just make memes and shit like that, just to flood the internet of stuff. And
Yeah.
Have you seen that Anonymous, like the hacking group?
Yeah.
They're now at war with Russia. They're like in a hacking war.
Yeah.
What are they
yeah.
doing though? I saw a video.
I think they're just inconveniencing them slightly,
yeah,
you know?
yeah,
taking
yeah.
down their websites,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Pornhub.
apparently they
sending
could.
them like lemon
That wasn't real
party.
either. Apparently,
What did Pornhub say
Pornhub
that they
coming
were?
down. Yeah,
Yeah.
apparently Pornhub were like, yeah, we're not thinking in Russia.
No Russian porn stars anymore.
Well, no, just like you couldn't access Pornhub in Russia, but apparently that was
Yeah.
flagged as well. Like
Imagine-
that's the thing. There's just so much fake shit coming out, and then
Imagine being a Russian as well and being like, we're at war. We're at war. It's like
Yeah.
if we fucking invaded Scotland tomorrow, you're like, why? And
Yeah.
you went, oh,
some of them don't even know it's happening now.
Yeah.
Like it
I
when
think it's training.
Oh, really?
the thing is, like
Apparently, yeah.
with 9/11, people in Iraq didn't even know 9/11 had happened.
yeah.
And the next thing they were just getting bombed and that. And they're like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
Because they don't see that side of the news or whatever. Do you know what I mean? So there's people in Russia now who are just like, oh yeah, they're going to help out in the
Yeah.
Ukraine. with some medical supplies or something.
Don't
know the extent of it.
How fucking cool are the boxers as well, like the Klitschko brothers.
Yeah.
Mad, innit?
And Lomachenko and Yusuk, who are like millionaires.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, fuck it, I'm gonna go and...
The president's the best.
Clearly a courageous nation.
The president was
yeah.
a comedian, you know.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was a
yeah.
comedian and an
I didn't know
actor,
that.
He's
and
a
then he became
baller.
president, and now he's
Yeah.
just like, I'm staying here, I'm going to kill you all.
Yeah.
Fuck
That's
it.
sick.
It's
Like, mad.
amazing.
He said, didn't he, there was a quote where like America said, we'll help you evacuate 2 million Ukrainians, and he said, I need ammunition,
Yeah.
not a lift.
Yeah, that's because they said they'd help. They knew they'd help him get out. He was like, I don't want to get
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So brave.
Badass, man.
But they've done conscription over there, so everyone
What's that, sorry?
18 to
What, in
you have to
Ukraine?
fight. Yeah.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
So
Ukraine, yeah.
They've done it,
apparently
yeah.
there was guys getting to the border, like trying to leave, and then there was like, you can't leave, you've got to stay and fight.
Oh, no
Yeah.
way. You know what else I saw? Looters. So like in Ukraine, if people looting, they set the sellotaping them to fucking
Just tie it,
lampposts
yeah.
and that, and putting like signs on them, looter.
Yeah. But it's mad because some of the stuff you're seeing, like, it's not really going that well for Russia. Like,
Oh, yeah,
there's loads of
apparently,
videos of like tanks breaking down and like just loads of
Fellow
mad
with
shit.
fellow with ciggies in the mouth, moving mines. Have you seen
Yeah.
that?
Well, yeah, mad.
It's
Just
mad.
It is like a bit guerrilla-y, isn't it? Like I saw a video
Yeah.
of. It's weird when you see something, you just scrolling, and there's like these 2 Ukrainians in a car. They're like, go, go, go. They go past a Russian tank,
Yeah.
just chuck a Molotov on
Yeah,
it,
Yeah.
and then they're like on
Yeah.
fire. They're on fire. And
Hundreds
Yeah.
of them
It's-
making Molotov cocktails, and then when the tanks were coming down, there was just like 50,
No
100
Yeah.
Molotovs hitting the tanks and that. It's just,
Yeah.
I was saying, like, I made up that Ukraine is like
A solid-
such a
Fighting
tough
back, yeah.
Yeah.
country because they could, like, they do it here. Like, we'd be fucked. Boris and that would be off.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Wasn't that like a soft war with them a few years ago? And it was like civilians, and they were using like fucking bins and shit.
is that
to fight.
Crimea?
Crimea, sorry,
Yeah.
is that what it is? I'm getting
But
my
yeah, in
confused.
2014.
Yeah,
they
yeah, yeah,
invaded
yeah.
Crimea,
Yeah.
didn't they?
And it was like-
successfully.
Yeah, it was like the Winter War or something like that. They called it. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was
mad.
just
Someone was saying like Putin, he prepared to fight however many thousands of the Ukrainian army, but he didn't prepare to fight millions of
The people,
civilians.
yeah, I think
Yeah,
he
which
thought
will
they'd just like roll over, and they were like,
Yeah.
because they are such a strong. I've knew that for ages. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm a huge boxing fan, and
Yeah.
yeah, the Ukrainians like
It's amazing.
Tough
yeah,
people.
Like,
it's mad.
it's
isn't it?
horrendous, but
Mad that it's
Yeah.
happening though. Like, just
Yeah.
wild that it's happening now.
Mad that he was a comic actor,
yeah.
It's crazy.
and now
innit?
he's dealing with like
Well,
the
this is,
biggest.
I think that's
war.
what we need, isn't it?
Yeah.
We need comedians in charge. I
Mm,
think.
well,
imagine Jim Carrey though. You know what I mean? Like, arms and-
Paul Smith.
you got
Get
Frankie
Paul.
Boyle.
Fucking. Did you see, like, even like going back to like shit being fake and like all that? Do you know that's the Snake Island thing that happened?
No, you mentioned this before though.
There's like Ukrainian like people on this Snake Island, and there was like this transcript of them going like, "Oh, we've got the island surrounded, surrender, otherwise we're gonna open fire." And then they were like, "Yeah, fuck you, Russia."
Oh yeah, sorry, it did.
And then they were like, "Oh, they all got killed." And then like 2 days later, it come out and go, "No, they're all alive and well." So it's like,
but it's a better story for them to all
so,
try tragically.
so it's like, are they telling Russians that to be like, "Oh, look how like we're just murdering them,"
Yeah.
when it's just weird. There's too much information about it.
What's your favourite war, Dan?
Favorite war? I don't know, because the two big ones, and I like the original personally.
Yeah, the fancy pulls.
Yeah, I think they overcomplicated it. All the
Yeah.
stuff in the air. Yeah, no, I like good old fashioned trench warfare.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like.
old
Me and my
fashioned
mate
trench warfare.
always talk about like how sick it'd be to be one of the pals. You know, like they used to send that was for World War One. That was the strategy. So let's say like the suburb of where you live, you'd be the pals. You'd be the Accrington pals or whatever. So you'd be going with all your mates,
Right.
and stuff. You'd all be training and that. But then basically, if that group got wiped out, that village would just have no
Done.
men. So
Yeah.
like, that wasn't such a good
Yeah,
idea.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. It's not ideal, is it?
But yeah, I think it'd be. You always think it'd be dead fun, but I reckon it'd be absolute.
I don't think it'd be fun.
No, trench warfare.
I've never thought, "Ooh, war sounds fun." Like,
But we were talking about it. Sorry,
I wouldn't mind belonging to the Mongols back in the day.
the Mongols. What, you want to be a Mongol?
Yeah.
You just
probably is somewhere.
yeah. What, just raping and pillaging and
Yeah. My favourite.
My 2 favourite things.
I like Vietnam.
Yeah.
For the soundtrack alone. I like Apocalypse Now and shit like that as well. Yeah. And I was watching a thing and it was about, you know, because the Viet Cong won by like guerrilla warfare and the tunnels they had to go in.
Yeah.
So they'd get the smallest like guy out the platoon and he'd be like, right, you're the tunnel rat.
Yeah.
So here's a knife and here's a torch. Or a pistol and a torch. So like, get down the hole, go and find some Viet Congs. And it's the stories that they're kind of crawling through these like, and it'd be booby traps in the tunnels.
In the tunnels.
So you'd have snakes falling on you and shit.
I'm small.
But that's like that is a fucking badass as well. Like a tunnel rat. You want to see the video? I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Mad.
Those dudes were mad, weren't they, in World War One? That would go under the trenches. You know, it'd be like a team that would go like they'd dig through.
Oh really?
And go under into like the German or vice versa.
Yeah.
And that was like, if you're in Peaky Blinders, that's what Thomas Shelby did in the.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't watched it.
You've never seen it?
No.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it.
It's Boss Peaky Blinders, but then Tom Hardy's in it for like 2 minutes and just steers the entire show off everyone.
See, I didn't watch it when it first come out, and now all I think of is like the Peaky Blinders bar and everyone wearing them flat caps.
Yeah.
It's all right.
I'm not
It's a good
watching
show.
that.
It's
We
not
haven't
really famous.
got time, have
No.
we?
I know.
So much to watch.
And I was saying
not
this
enough
as well. I
time.
can't watch stuff with like actors in anymore when I'm high.
You can't watch stuff with actors in.
It's ruined.
Because I just see everything as like, oh, this is all just
Japanese
fake.
telly.
It's all set.
That's
It's
so
all just a
sick.
set.
You know how much I love movies? That
I know.
would kill me, that.
So now I have to watch like documentaries or like
Yeah.
reality TV competitions and shit like that. And
So can you appreciate like good acting or like
I mean,
a good
yeah.
script, good dialogue or nothing?
I can,
But
but
it's
I can't
rare.
separate myself from like, this is just there's people watching this with cameras and they're like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
cut, and then they go again and like, you know, all that shit. Like it's just
Shit, man.
something about it I can't separate from.
I can't imagine like being able to watch Who Framed Roger Rabbit and being like, not into this.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like it's fucking it's
It's just not realistic enough.
Yeah, it's mad you being like, oh, what? You want to watch one of those pretend films? What's wrong with you? You know, none of that's real.
Yeah, it's like that one Schiller's List. Oh, we get it. It's all fake. There's cameras around.
No, I think it's only when I'm high though. So it must be something to do with the weed.
Yeah.
I need a way.
Okay,
We'll pause.
Ladies
and gentlemen,
and in-betweens, it's time to up your vibrator game and get yourself a brand new vibrator. There's so many different things you can get these days. There's wands. They sell the Vush wand as seen in Cardi B's music video.
ooh, get yourself a WAP.
There is... Yeah. Listen, it's all about that self-care. And if you do one thing to look after yourself this Christmas or going forward into the new year, get yourself some more vibrators. Fellas, look after your ladies. You know how like made up she'd be to open like a brand new wand?
Maybe
or
make sure
whatever.
she only opens it in front of herself though,
Yeah,
and not any children
not
around.
the kids. Honestly, it'll improve your sex life, it'll improve your mental health, it relieves stress, it's self-care, wank more. taylorstoys.co.uk and the code is TMHC10 for 10% off all your vibrator needs, or just your kinky stuff like bed restraints, cock rings, so much stuff to just spice up your life.
There's even stuff you can put in your dick if that's what you're after.
Yeah.
Who knows? We don't judge. There's a pair of breasts with a fanny in the middle. Go wild.
Whoa.
10% off that.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. Go there now.
Yeah. Taylor's Toys, TMHC10.
Good vibes only.
See you later.
Bye.
Commence.
We're back. So we got a little random question off Big John.
Big John Skelly.
Kind of ties in with the war talk.
And he's asked Tan, does he prefer being see, we don't get this, so John must know something we don't.
Yeah, I'm not sure on this one.
So our Patreon's a bit stalkery, aren't they?
Yeah. What's this? What does Dan think of his mother's middle name?
It's just like your security fucking calls. Skelly's asked it. Does Dan prefer being a dinner lady or would he rather be a Marine? Here we go.
Oh my god! Oh, it's just from my set, innit?
Oh,
This is
yeah.
my set.
Right, okay.
Talk about being a Royal Marine in my set.
Oh,
And about how I'm dyspraxic, and you know the advert where they're like, you could be a Royal Marine.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like,
Oh,
take the
right.
piss out of that. And then I was a dinner lady.
You was a dinner lady?
Yeah, but in my set, I pretend I still am one.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk about you being a dinner lady then.
Yeah, cool.
When was this?
Dinner
Cool.
man.
So this would have been, it's confusing, isn't it? With probably 2019.
Right, okay, so not that long ago.
No,
Just pulling potato smileys from behind kids' ears.
So I was basically like, I wasn't making the food and that.
Yeah.
I was the other kind of dinner lady, you know, like the ones that were really scary at school.
Yeah.
I mean, you would have been a scary dinner lady.
Yeah, I know. I do think about that.
Was you saving food?
Nah. So I was like clearing tables, cutting up food. That's a lot of cut up a lot of jacket potato.
Right, okay.
A lot of take the skin off a jacket potato.
Yeah.
You also, there's an element of negotiation as well, because if they're like, I'm not eating that, and you're like, well,
You have to.
you need to eat it. You're like, right, how about you eat this or whatever, and I'll get you some. You know what I mean? You're
Yeah.
trying to make deals
Bribery.
and stuff. Well, because you can take it back to the kitchen, but then they get arsey with you, so you can only do a few of them a shift. Or
Like it's
otherwise
fucking
they're
Hell's
like-
Kitchen in the
Yeah.
school.
Stressful-
Fucking raw.
the queue as well, mate. It's a stressful environment.
Yeah?
If you
Yeah.
If you think Wall Street is stressful, you should see canteen, because it was a big school as well. There were like 500 kids or whatever,
Right.
and then you get them in waves.
Mm.
So you'd have a little window to get yourself all set
Yeah,
back up,
yeah.
and then it'd be like the year threes are coming, and then they'd like steam in, and then you'd be like policing the queue as well, because if they push in, then there's
Right.
guys, and then you'd have to be really on it, and you sometimes have to make a tough decision. It's a situation and be like back of the queue, and then they'll break down.
Little kid,
And then
yeah.
it'll occur to you probably made the wrong call, but you got to go with your gut.
Yeah.
No, I made my
Yeah.
decision. Back of
Yeah.
the queue.
They can't see me flake.
Yeah, you can't undermine your power. That's mad.
So yeah, and then
Have you had any other crazy jobs then?
yeah, I've done quite a few mad things.
Right.
Done a lot of gas and electric sales. That
Yeah.
was like cold calling stuff. Did a lot of door to door in Australia. And
Yeah.
then
Been to Australia? How long were you in Australia?
8 months.
Oh, okay, cool.
2018, yeah.
Whereabouts did you go?
So funny because I was working in Sheffield selling gas and electric. Then I got in Australia, booked in. And you know when you're doing a call centre, it's depressing. And you're like looking forward to. And then literally 2 weeks in Melbourne, I was working in a call centre selling gas and electric.
Just sweating, just like,
So I'm
oh.
like,
That's funny. That. So
what was your question? Sorry.
Just like asking about Australia. Like, did you do anything else while you're over there, or did you just go over and work? And then
I did work, gigged a bit, but not loads.
Yeah.
I was gigging, like I was still doing it, but I wasn't really not like I am now.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
What was that question? Was there?
What? Sorry. Oh, about where you living?
No, the question was, would you rather be a Royal Marine
Oh,
or
yeah.
a dinner
Dinner
lady?
lady.
I'm gonna go dinner lady, John.
My
Seems
ma-
a lot less, you know.
What was your favourite dessert? Did you get to have the?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
get scran.
Okay.
Yeah.
He said that. He's like, we're all bad, you know.
Thanks
Got
for the
a few turkey twizzlers on the
Yeah, not always, but like you know, they weren't really meant to. But if the manager wasn't in, but ladies were, I'd be like,
Yeah, school cake was good
Yeah.
cake.
yeah, the cake was good, but there was no salt in any of the food. The food, and sorry, ladies, if any of you are watching this, it was
You do have a big,
It was
big
not
dinner
good.
lady fan base. to be
Yeah,
fair.
dinner lady
Yeah.
magicians.
After Jamie Hutchinson
Jamie's
was on.
mum, yeah.
Oh, of course.
Jamie's
of
mum and
course.
grandma were like,
Yeah.
My mum was a dinner lady for
Was she?
stint. Yeah.
No
when
way.
when before well before I was born. But I was gonna say on the dinner lady thing, there was always one dinner lady that you fucking hated,
Yeah.
and all the kids hated, and she was no words about it. Her name was Miss Crook.
yeah.
And it's like she got off on the fact that the
Yeah.
kids fucking
How
hated
I'm
it. You know what I
mad.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Miss Crook, that's a villain.
Miss Crook, her name was,
as well.
She had a little short back and sides, black hair,
She's
glasses
evil.
on.
Scarred
Yeah.
on her face.
I
Yeah.
still see her face
Like
like
a
now.
Roald Dahl character.
Yeah.
Or something.
That's
Like,
the
yeah.
best way, like a drawing. She was a road
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah,
That's mad.
it scares me like proper psychopaths and that gravitating towards them jobs because they know they can like.
Yeah.
Bully kids
Yeah.
about and that.
Psychopaths, but on a very, very small scale. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
what's it called? Like a sociopath.
Yeah, sociopath. That's it. That's
Mm.
it.
Yeah,
Mad.
scary.
Where do you live in now, Don?
South Manchester.
South Manchester. You've been there. your life?
Yeah, I'm from there. I'm from Didsbury. I said South Manchester because you say Didsbury, it's a bit posh, so people go, ooh.
Didsbury.
Then I was like, fuck, I'm going to come clean. I'm from Didsbury. One of your fans has probably done the research. Didsbury, actually.
Just coming out.
Here's your
just coming out
postcode.
from coming out as posh now on our
podcast. Yeah, exactly.
Well, Jane Pickering's asked, you know, where would you most like to live? If you could move anywhere, where would it be?
So I love like mainland Europe until the obvious happened, but then there's the language barrier and stuff. I've tried Australia. I didn't go to New Zealand. I do like the sound of New Zealand, but it's just too hot. I don't
honestly,
like hot weather.
It's too far away.
Like
it's pretty much Wales or Scotland. I'd just go there.
Well, I do really like it here. Weirdly.
Yeah.
So I'd probably live in Scotland, to be honest.
Yeah, Scotland.
Well, I would love. There's loads of places you like to try, but to say live is a big commitment, isn't it? Like, I'd love to go to Canada. Would I want to live there? I don't know. Because
honestly, like the British sense of humour is a beautiful thing. And it's hard.
You realise it when you leave.
Stand up was what made, like when we went to New Zealand, and while I was over there, I was like, there's loads of gigs and that, but it's just not the same. And I was just like, I need to go back home. Bad. Like
me and I went with a big group of mates to Australia, and we all got really missed like the English, like not that we're doing anything that amazing, but
it's just
the part it is,
just
comfort.
The social sort of.
We have a lot of listeners like in New Zealand from the UK, but abroad, and they love listening to the podcast because it helps with the homesick.
Really?
Yeah, which is good.
I always thought the Netherlands would be. I mean, not just for the obvious, like weed's legal and prostitution and shit.
They're nice, isn't it? Like, I'd love to.
And everyone speaks English.
Really good English.
Isn't Sweden got like a really good quality of life?
Really
good pay.
Like their pay is really high,
like they
euthanasia.
Pay you to go to uni or something like that. Like I think it's something like that to encourage you to get an education rather than to rinse you.
I think, and not to get too fucking dark, like, but I think euthanasia is a big pull for that.
Yeah.
Because I want to live in a country where I can go, right, turn me off.
I'm done now.
I'm finished. Can I just
you should be able to do that.
You should be able to. And then, I know some people might not be in the right mind as well, but there are too many people.
It's far too many people.
Some of them are awful. Some of them need to go.
It's rubbish.
Rather than just getting to like 85 and you just fucking, you know what I mean, you can't move.
And wipe my ass.
Oh my God. No
right, I wanted to ask you your proudest moment and your most shameful moment.
Which one do you want first?
Shame.
All right. So, it's a bit of a story.
It's fine.
All right, podcast.
When my sister had a friend who wasn't very well mentally, she was, this is a bit dark really, but she was like self-harming and all that nasty stuff.
My favourite stuff.
And I was about to go to a party and they were talking about this, and she lived just down the road. And on the way back, me and some mates were like fighting and stuff, and then they went home. Walking down the road and I see my sister's mate crossing the road with like a bag. Shit, it's like 2-3 in the morning. She must have been like 11 or something. So I was like, I need to follow her, and I followed her, and she started like running away from me. So I like chased her. Because I was like, it's the right thing to do, and I was like, I need to. She's seen me, and I was like, oh, this is a nightmare. And I'm like, I'm trying to.
I don't feel like you can like subtle at all as well. You know what I mean?
I need to just catch up with her, and then I can explain to her what's going on. Be like, relax, like you know what I mean. And then she runs into. We go past my mate's house, who I've just been with. She goes into his drive. She's like hiding around the car and that. And then she runs towards his door and starts pounding on his door. He answers the door, and I realise it's not her. It's not her. No. So my mate, I just never forget. He goes, "What are you doing, Dan?" With me,
there's all little girls just literally getting chased.
The shame and stuff,
that's awful.
I feel like you've got a really funny run as well.
I do.
Tripping over shit all the way there as well. Like
I've been described having a funny one, but I had like some beers or a kebab in a bag, and she said that she thought that was a weapon.
What you could do was clinking bottles.
I've told my mates, and they were like, to be fair, imagine it was just like a girl who looked young, so she's probably like 18.
Yeah.
She was short, so she had a big bag. I was like, imagine you were walking home and Dan. He's turning around to Dan. Like,
Stuff like that.
I thought it was so funny as well, just trying to peek.
Yeah.
trying to just down face, trying to be stealthy.
Yeah.
It's horrible though, because she probably thought when she got behind that car, and I'm there trying to get around.
Oh,
the
she's
car,
probably
like, I'm about to die.
Yeah.
I'm about to grab.
Yeah, years of therapy.
I've never seen the girl
She
since
sees
as well.
your head
She
before she
knew
goes
my
to
mate's
sleep.
family. We never worked out who it is.
No way.
So if you're out there, I am deeply sorry.
Yeah.
I was trying to do the right thing.
Fucking hell. That's so
The road
funny.
to hell, paved with good intentions.
Yeah, I know.
I love them stories though. Do you know where
Yeah.
you think something's going, and then I remember someone who you used to work with, and it's a bit of a bad thing, but there was some women, some sort of Asian women walking through town, and there was a fella being racist to them, being like, "Oh, fucking go back to your own country or whatever." Blah blah blah. And she went over to him and was like, "Hey, I just want you to know, not everyone round here feels that way about you."
Oh, nice.
And the women were like, "Why? What was he saying?"
She
was like,
Nothing.
yeah.
Have a nice evening.
Bad, innit? Yeah, just so awful.
So
shit
that was your
like
most shameful. You got to do your most prideful now.
Yeah. So it's good that I've done the shameful one, because then you feel like a bit less of a dick. When I was in Australia,
Yeah.
I won $10,000 playing poker.
Yeah. No way, man.
Wow.
You good at
Pretty
poker, or
good.
was it a fluke?
No, I'm
Because you're good with the
I'm not very
cards,
good.
innit?
I'm not that good now, but I've played loads.
Cards,
Yeah, I can play. I can
Yeah.
play. I can hold my own.
Yeah.
But it was like mad. It's like so there's a big. Have you ever heard of the World Series of Poker?
Yeah.
It's a big.
I've seen it on telly.
It's like the main
1 in the
event,
morning
and
or
it's like the
something.
biggest.
Yeah.
It's like $10,000 entry, and
Yeah.
then the one in Australia is called the Aussie Millions. And
Right.
It's a similar sort of thing, and they have loads of different events. It's like the equivalent of a comedy festival, but it's poker with different tournaments. So for the main event, it's like $10,000.
Yeah.
But obviously, most people can't afford that.
Yeah.
So they do things called satellites. So you enter a tournament for $75, and if you get in top 5 of that, you go on to another tournament. The ticket is worth a few. You do like 5 of them
And that sort of builds a bank
to try
up to
and
enter.
win the ticket.
Yeah.
So I did about 4 or 5 of these tournaments,
Right.
Over like few months, and it was this big thing with my mates. It's like I'm going for it, and then the big day came. And at this point, I've got no money.
Yeah.
None of my mates have money. I think I had $5 or something.
No way.
And then I play in this tournament, and I'm just. You do need a bit of luck, but I'm just on a good run. Play for like 6 or 7 hours. It came down to it, and there's all these are like big pros.
Yeah.
And then I just wanted the money. I was like, I can't win the ticket. If I get the ticket, I have to play the tournament.
Yeah, you can't not win the money. 'Cause
Yeah,
you need
so
the
I
money.
managed to get like a negotiation where I won, like 8K.
Yeah.
So I won $8,000, and then
Sick.
spuzzed it up the wall in a matter of months. Got nothing.
That's the only bad thing about winning that much money young, innit? Like you fucking.
I'm like, God, I'd love 5K. Now.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
hot.
well,
Yeah.
that's
So,
sick
yeah,
though.
There you go.
That's mad. Never would have thought that.
Wow. Didn't give me a $5 in Australia, in Melbourne, and I put it in the machine. He hadn't won, and I was like, give it me. Put the $5 in, instantly like £100.
Boom.
Yeah.
Little slot machines.
Let's go.
I
Yeah.
know. I've just got an unlucky touch, me.
Yeah.
And Irish and Chinese, so that's lucky. Isn't it? Double
I know.
luck.
Wow.
But like I used to I watched the UFC quite a bit, and I was always picking fights and that, and then I get them all right, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start putting money on this, because put like a tenner on, and you pick all the fights, just the results, you can win like 300 quid and that. And I was getting them right so often, and then as soon as I started putting money on them, I get like a couple wrong even then. I'm like, oh, just because I've put money on it. Do you know what I mean? It's so annoying.
Yeah.
That's why you've got to do it loads, Dean.
Make
So-
it an addiction.
Did you get into many fights growing up, Dan? No.
Nah, I punched someone once and it fucking really hurt my hand.
What for?
Well, I hated the guy.
Yeah.
I hated him, and we were playing football in PE, and something was going on, and we were like arguing. I just him.
Punched him,
And he
yeah.
laughed. Yeah.
He laughed. Oh, no. He laughed and you ate your hands. That's the worst
It
case
was a bad
scenario, innit?
connection. I was like, I'm not punching him.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
And then there was some little,
Yeah.
scraps and stuff. You got to get in a few beefs early doors to work out you're no good at it. It's not
Yeah,
for you.
yeah, just so you know, like, I'll stay
You
clear
seem
of
really
that.
passive. That's the only reason I asked that. You seem like really
Yeah,
nice
like I
guy.
wouldn't get in many
Yeah, yeah,
fights. No. But school was a frustrating time, so you can get really angry and boils up. Because I used to get really frustrated in PE because I'm all bark and I'm crap at it. Like,
Yeah,
really competitive.
Yeah.
But I'm so bad at everything.
Right.
So yeah, a lot of like sort of beefs in rugby and stuff like that. Yeah.
What about you, Amy? I was going to ask the same to you. Have you ever been in a fist fight?
No.
No.
Never.
No. I don't. No.
You were right.
I didn't.
No,
I
you are.
wasn't
No,
really.
no. I know that.
I didn't really go to school or socialise, so there was no one to fight with. Just
I don't want to make out
woman in the mirror.
like I'm fucking
I know.
some street ruffian. I'm not. No.
Have you been a few?
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
No, just too many to count.
You filled in on the way home from work once, didn't you?
Oh yeah. That was fun. In a suit, in a full suit.
That's why, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it was. To be fair, I brought it on myself.
Yeah.
I've done it. Every time I've had my ass kicked, I've deserved it. I really have deserved
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Well, you're big enough to admit
You
that.
learn from this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a little story that I found. I think it's really interesting.
Okay. And then I want your awkward sex stories.
Okay. Cool. I think this is good. There's a tiny island off the coast of England, and it's looking for a monarch. It's looking for a king, basically, and you can apply to this now. All it is it's a landlord of a pub on this island, and if you get the job, you're the king of this island. I think there's like 190 people on the island.
That's
but look,
mad.
you have to swear an oath as well, and the oath said you must vow to be a good smoker and a good drinker, and anyone found dead on the sands give refuge in the pub. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. It's a real job. It's a real
Give
job.
refuge to dead
A
people.
dead body, yeah.
What do you mean?
Don't know.
Okay.
So that's what it said. You can apply for
Should
that.
we apply? See if we can get it. I've
I
never
mean,
ran a
I'd
pub
love
in my
to be a
life, so I don't
king.
think these.
Turn it into the Mild High pub.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And then people would have to get like little boats and shit to come. It'd be fucking mental. We could like turn it into like Lord of the Flies.
Yeah.
Just make it like a savage
A
island.
festival.
Become our own nation.
Yeah.
What would your laws be?
Thou shalt smoke doob every day.
But you
Well, you have to, even if you don't like
Yeah.
it.
Imagine someone who doesn't like it. Some people hate it.
Yeah,
like,
just-
Well, we don't want you on the island.
I hate this island.
Go away, you squares.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the main one. That's it.
One and only law. Get high.
Murder's allowed as long
It
as
solves
you're high.
everything. No, because if you're high, you're not going to
Yeah,
murder
yeah.
someone, are you?
Yeah, that's a good
So-
point.
Just solves all,
Yeah.
I think.
Awkward sex story.
And mushrooms are legal also.
You probably
yeah.
grow on that little island.
You probably
as well.
do.
Yeah.
I want to come mushroom picking with you next time.
We
Okay,
go.
we're gonna have a fucking convoy of us.
Yeah.
aren't we?
I haven't. Have you ever tried mushrooms,
We'll
Dan?
be scrapping
Yeah.
for mushrooms.
Have you?
Yeah,
What's it like?
yeah. I've not done any for a while. I feel I'm a bit more mature now. So
Yeah.
I am due another crack.
Get in the
Yeah.
van with us. We'll go pick some up.
Yeah. The
Well,
mushroom
like it all
machine.
depends on your setting, and I feel now if I was to do them, I'd be really comfortable.
Yeah.
Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
What happened the first couple? Like,
We used to do loads of trips, but it's like where sometimes you'd like be doing them with a few mates, and then particularly when I was lived in Sheffield and everyone lived near each other, then like 10 other people would come round all on shrooms as well. I'd be like, nah.
yeah, too
yeah,
much
no.
that.
Like,
Yeah.
Or then once I did like 2CB and my mate just decided to start being a proper dick. He was on it as well and start like deliberately sending me under.
Yeah.
And he's doing like act outs and stuff. And he finds this like Mexican wrestling mask.
Oh no.
And he's going, hey, hey! And it was
I don't
like
need that.
terrifying, like actually really scary. Like,
I'd love to do mushrooms with you because I think just watching you exist and just be like,
Yeah,
wow,
yeah,
this is mad, innit? It'd be mad. It'd be sick. But yeah, we used to like my mates, even with just weed, you can send people under just by going,
Yeah.
are you alright, lad? You look a bit white there.
We used
You
to
go,
just
what? No, I'm fine. Oh.
we used to just turn the telly down and then eventually like gradually turn the telly down
Yeah.
and then gradually just get quieter. And
Yeah. You're like, hey, is that?
and he'd be like, hey, he'd be like, I can hear myself though. I can hear myself.
I got a phone call from my mate once going, Dean, Dina, I don't know where I am. And I was like, what are you on? And he's like, I'm on the park, but everything looks like pixels and I can't get home. And I was like, lad, just walk home.
Just off weed.
Yeah. I think just got too high. Yeah. I've had that a few times. Like, I got tattooed and smoked weed straight away. And because, like, the blood loss and that, it just hit me dead hard. And I had to just go and sit in the bathroom. And everything started going pixely. No, but I didn't nearly whitey off the milkshake. I was just too high to do anything. Off this, like, I sat in the bedroom, in the toilet, and all like it was like blue pixels. It's weird. Just because your head's just fucked. I don't know what it is. But the milkshake was just like, I just need to lie in bed and not go over the edge.
Death by milkshake.
Me and Amy had to split a 500 milligram milkshake.
Like a cannabis milkshake.
We tried to podcast. I was like, no.
Were you chasing the dragon just to see how high can you get?
It was my fault. I can be very reckless.
Amy was like, would it be like Joey Diaz? And I was like, all right, let's see what happens. And usually like an edible takes like 40 minutes or so to kick in. Like 5 minutes after having it, I was like, I feel weird, you know. We're about 10 minutes into this podcast and I went, Amy, I need to stop this for a minute.
Recording it?
Yeah. Oh. We were going to try and podcast on it and see what happened. And I was like, Amy, I can't podcast right now. And we just started
talking about big toes. And then I was like, no.
So I went and sat on the couch. I was like, what we'll do is we'll just ride this little wave out. And then when we get to the nice high of it, we'll come back and podcast. Yeah. I sat on the couch going, fucking hell. And I went, you know what? I'm just going to go and get in bed. And so I was just lying in bed. And because I've done edibles loads, I know that I'm not going to die. Yeah. But that panic was coming on of like, oh my God, I'm stressing, flapping.
Because you having that panic and you smoked a lot of weed, imagine someone who doesn't know saying. That it's... Because people do think...
This is why edibles put people off so much, because this happens to people on the regular. Yeah. Because I knew this is just the effect of it. I was just lying in bed, just holding the duvet, just going...
I was violently sick 3 times. Wow. Yeah. And I was convinced as well that the person who gave us the weed was like, knew that we were drug addicts and knew that, by this time... they'd be unable to defend themselves. Yeah. And so I thought they was going to come and rob us. It just made sense to me.
It's a genius criminal master plan.
I was like, the podcasting equipment.
Yeah. So it was like 2 p.m. and we were in bed. We just put like some like relaxing spa sounds on. I just sat and just looked at the ceiling, just like, I'm going to be all right.
Imagine if you'd have kept the record and you'd have just...
I mean, it would have been a good Patreon exclusive.
You hyperventilate.
Mate, honestly, I was so close to the edge of like falling off the edge. I was like on the edge going, no.
That's the Miles High Club we want to see. That's the
And it just stayed in bed till the next day.
The episode actually is like us just beginning to melt and then being like, we just need to go sit down a minute. Yeah. And then it cuts to the next day and we're like, we fucked up.
Yeah. Talk about it. And then we just talk about it. Yeah. But it's just that funny. Like, we just had 250 milligrams each. Gonna see what happens. And then it comes back the next day, different clothes. Like,
you messed up bad.
I'm in Nashville, and this is the cannabis milkshake.
May as well.
Did I ever tell you I rang an ambulance on myself when I was a kid?
Because of weed.
Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me though. Like I've been a point. I was saying I was one pain away from ringing an ambulance that night.
I was about 13 or something, and my mum smoked pot as well. And I got into her stash, but I didn't know anything about. I just knew I wanted to try it. Yeah, it was in the house a lot and stuff, and I just rolled like a blunt. I just put weed in the skin, and I've been practicing for weeks. So I've been making joints with like anything I could find. Yeah. So it prepared me for this moment. Smoked it, looked at myself in the mirror for too long.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Thought I was dying.
Called an ambulance.
Rang an ambulance, and I'm like, yeah, I think I'm dying. I've smoked too much weed. So when the ambulance came, they had to ring me mum, and they rang me, and he went, ambulance service here, and my mum was like, I'm only in his fucking nan's. It was only like down the road, and I had to come up, and I had to pretend I was like, I got it from some kids in the park. Fucking Mars stars.
Oh, mate. It's just mad, isn't it? This is why some people are like so put off by it though, because that'll happen and then they'll never touch it again.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you've just got to hit it. You've just got to go smash through that.
Yeah.
Get through
I
it.
had an edible incident recently. I run a gig called Jokes at the Oaks. Me and Jordan do show, and
Which, if you're in Manchester, by the way, it's every
Every
Tuesday,
Tuesday.
innit? Go check that
Yeah,
out because it's
Yeah,
class.
great.
but I'm hosting, and I go up there, and there's a group of four. The fourth guy's left. I was like, "Where's he gone?" They were like, "He's done an edible and he's fucked it." And I was laughing, and he goes, "Do you want one?" And I'm on stage a few minutes in. Obviously, I'm like, "Oh, should I have one?" And all the crowd are like, "Yeah!" It's these little gummy bears, so I do one. And it's all fine because obviously they take ages to hit. The 10 minutes is all good. Then Jordan goes up first and he goes, "First things first, give me one of them." He's Canadian, he's not like disabled. Give me one of those. So he takes one. Then we're trying to run a show and we're both just unbearably baked.
That's
like,
so funny.
Because we both smoke weed, we're like, "Oh, it'll be fine." And I'm hosting a gig. So then I go in the second section trying to do crowd work and that, and I'm just so and then I bring the act on, come on stage, go sit down and literally just check out for 10 minutes and then go back up. It was
You need to what I say with edibles is like, it's like a roller coaster, innit? And that going up, the anxiety of like when it first kicks in, because you go from sober to high, like that, and then so you just got to get over that wave of panic and anxiety, and you sound then for like 6 hours, you're like, oh yeah, nice.
Yeah, it's all night.
But that fucking first little drop off is like, wow, this is heavy. This.
When I went to Amsterdam on my own, on the last day, I had a really early flight in the morning, so I thought, get back. You know what I mean? Don't take the piss. But the only food I had, there was no room service, nothing like that. And the only food I had was this crazy like 5-star strength. And I remember it being like 10 o'clock and I'm watching Match of the Day on my phone. I thought, I'm gonna have a little bit, I'll be all right. Never been that stoned in my life. And then we looking at it, my eyes were just like something out of a cartoon. Yeah. It was crazy.
It's mad, isn't it? I've been to Amsterdam a few times, get so high there. Like one time I thought I was in Taken. No, because there's like loads of Eastern Europeans about and that, and I felt like they were all looking at me, and I was like, "Oh, this isn't good." This,
snatch you.
Yeah, thinking I was gonna get robbed because I didn't know like a lot of them are trying to just sell you coke, and they come past you and just like they'll sniff or like they come past you and like and I. At first, I didn't realise, and I turned around, and one of them was just looking at me through the crowd. Just loads of people walking past, and he just locked eyes with me, and I was just going, lad, what's happening?
Do you think they were sniffing to like see what you smelled like?
Oh, I didn't know. It was just weird.
Lovely.
I mean, mate, it's like, he's just trying to sell you coke, and I was like, all right, okay, sound. But then I done like an accidental racism because like a big group of black fellas come around the corner, and they sort of like went, "Oh, excuse me," and I went, "No," push through them all. Like I was like, "Don't want cocaine, thank you." Carried on walking. Turned around, and my mates there just giving them a lighter. And he was like, "Lad, they only wanted a lighter." I was like, "Oh, sorry." Mad man. Love Amsterdam though. Can't wait to go back.
Yeah.
Never been.
Ah, it's
never
good,
been,
man.
Zan?
No.
You'll love it. You'll love
No,
it.
I will.
Yeah. We'll have to try and go get a load of comedians to go over and all. Just like
That'd be amazing.
go
Some
get
gigs
high.
there
Yeah,
as well.
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
There's spots available there and that. We can do a podcast while we're there
Yeah,
and
that'd
shit.
be
Like,
sick.
it'd be
Yes,
sick.
sir.
Book it in.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh,
Try
yeah.
and do it in the summer.
Apparently from April, you don't need the vaccine to go to Spain.
Boss.
Let's go
Which
to
is
Spain. I reckon we should try do something like go in the summer, go
Yeah,
over for a
for
weekend.
sure.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
yeah. Just for 2 days, yeah.
Yeah.
Get a few of us to go over and just fucking.
I mean, we want
it'd be
to go
sick.
to Edinburgh, but it's
I'd rather
so
go to
expensive.
Amsterdam. Go to
Yeah,
Amsterdam in August. Fuck
yeah.
Edinburgh.
We'd have a ball.
Yeah.
We will.
Patreon exclusive.
Yeah.
Edinburgh, Amsterdam
Mhm.
tourism.
Tell us your awkward sex stories.
Have you got any?
I'm trying to wrap my brains, really. I've not had much sex. It might be shocking. But I mean, the time I nearly had sex with a woman, that was pretty awkward.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get my penis in the
Yeah.
vagina.
So
like,
what happened there? Did you?
I'm not really sure.
Was you trying to put it in and you just bailed it? You just went no.
No, I literally couldn't find the slot.
Right. Okay. That's what I mean. So you tried and then you just went.
But I wasn't even. There was no condom, no lube or anything.
Yeah.
So that was obviously the issue. I'm
Yeah.
guessing.
Bit of spit.
But then, literally, like the encounters of a bit of spit. See, if I was a pro,
Yeah.
Don't worry,
Tricks of the trade.
But yeah, no. But then a few encounters with men have all been pretty awkward as well.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Have they?
Yeah. It's just like trying to work it all out. It's mad.
I assume like you'd know exactly what the other person wants.
See, the thing was,
well, to be fair, the one thing that has been clear, there's never been any of that top or bottom problem.
I was just about to ask you
clear
that.
it's just obvious I'm a top
Okay.
because I seem straight.
Yeah, right.
It's just obvious.
Does that you just sort of know that?
Oh yeah, it's always just that's just sort of
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your ideal man?
I don't know. Well, I'm like quite picky. Everyone says anyway, because I want someone that's sort of like, you know, someone I could beat up in a fight. You know? Someone I dominate.
Yeah.
But then not someone camp.
Right. Okay.
I like straight acting, small straight acting guys.
It's not like, what are they called? Like femme boys or something?
Twinks.
Twink. Yeah. No, I'd say twinks are my type, definitely.
Yeah.
Just
Any twinks out there?
Yeah, any twinks.
Stan? Go down to the Oaks on Tuesday.
Go down to the Oaks, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Statistically, there's a good few twinks there.
Definitely. Imagine someone was going to the Oaks and like, yeah, Mile High Club are here for that deal.
Suck it off, see what happens.
Yeah.
Is it? I can't ask my brother. Is it sick getting your dick sucked by a fella?
Why would it be any better? Because I'm just like, cheers, lads.
Because you know, like what I don't know
what they're doing. Yeah, no. I mean, I've been a bit disappointed with that regard. Oh. Yeah, really. Maybe it's just the wrong guys.
Yeah.
Well, you'd think, wouldn't you?
Because I'm thinking now, I would give a boss suck.
Would you though? I was thinking this. Would you? Because you know what you like. You know what you like, but you don't know what to do.
I'd say what you would find. What you would find is you'd sort of see it from the other perspective. Do you know, like if you're a comedian and you start booking a gig, and you're like, oh, that's what it's like.
Yeah.
You start being like, fuck, this is really, this is really boring.
Yeah, it feels well bigger in your mouth as well.
So, you know, with the Louis C.K. bit where he's like, if it was there in front of me, he'd have to just go, so ready.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I never thought we'd ask that question.
There you go.
I had to. Just
the way you asked us the best.
I was surprised by the answer.
Yeah, maybe, but I'm not. Again, if you want your gay info, I'm really not the guy.
Okay.
I'm not really a normal gay. Probably the gay's really angry.
We'll get Eddie Fortune on. He'd be like, lads.
Lads. Yeah, exactly. Get him. He'll answer that question for you.
Maybe go out on a night out with Eddie.
That's not a bad shout,
man.
actually.
You can't
he'd
just
show me the.
Not to shag Eddie. I mean, so he can show. I'm sure Eddie's got a couple of pals that'll sort that out.
I thought you were like, we know a gay fella.
That was Dean's suggestion. And what about Eddie?
Shag Eddie Fortune. No, I just meant go out with Eddie and he'll show you the.
What's happening, Eddie?
Yeah, but I reckon, no offence, Eddie, it'd be some brutal stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, he's talks about it on stage, don't he?
Some scary places,
some wild shit. Yeah.
In a cage and all of
that. I've bumped into Eddie at water and he's like, "Was that an orgy last night?"
Just with his little Powerpuff Girls t-shirt on as well.
Funny,
Class. But how long have we done there?
We've done about an hour and a half.
Yeah, that'll probably do us then, I reckon, for today. Come to a nice natural end of talking about shagging Eddie Fortune.
Yeah. Best end to a podcast.
So where can people find you, man?
So I'm a Tiernan comedian on Instagram and all of that.
You got your Oaks gig on a Tuesday.
We got the Tuesday Oaks. Me and Jordan do Charm, and then me, Jordan do Charm, and Michael Mannion do Roast at the Oaks. Once a month at the moment.
That look really good. The videos and that.
Yeah, we've only done one, but it was.
Yeah, I want to come down and do one when the next available one is. I'm busy for the next one, but
you VA me.
Or it could just ruin the relationship.
It'd be bad. I reckon that would be. We could try it.
Not even jokes. They're just like nags.
Amy and Tom are writing me a set to do in April.
Oh yeah,
so that's going to be
reminding me about that.
Yeah,
it's going to be a rough one.
They're writing you a set that you've got to do.
Yeah.
You just got to do their set.
And do you know what? Do you know what? It's not even a set.
No. poem.
Yeah, don't give too much
It's,
away.
yeah.
Give too much away.
Well, that'll be on our
It's a
Patreon anyway
train
when
wreck,
that
that's what
happens.
it is. Yeah. What was I
so
gonna say?
so you got them 2 gigs. Have you got any gigs coming up you want to
I don't
plug?
think so.
or-
Just Jokes of the Oaks, Instagram. Jokes
Go
of
follow
the
him on
Oaks
Instagram. Check him out. Stand-up's
Mm.
amazing. So go have a look at that
On a
online
separate
as well.
note, I really like the graphics for the Jokes
Yeah,
at the Oaks.
no, a lot of people have said that.
Yeah.
We got
Jordan's
lucky.
missus, is it?
Jordan's missus is like a designer, but then her mates, because when Jordan first did the beef, he was like, "Yeah, I think it'd be really cool to have us as like squirrels." I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
But then her mate was an illustrator and just did a little like freebie. Mates did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick, that little
Boss,
graphic
right,
for
yeah.
it. So
That's
good,
Yeah.
yeah.
Why squirrels?
Because it's
Oaks, innit?
Oaks.
Oh,
That's
okay,
what he's
yeah.
singing. Again, it's
Yeah.
Jordan's just Jordan's mind. It's
Yeah, yeah. And it does help that
Yes.
he does look like a bit like a squirrel man, doesn't he?
Yeah. We're both a bit squirrely.
Yeah. So if you're in Manchester Tuesdays, it's a free night, innit?
Free night, yeah.
Free night,
yeah,
Jokes at the Oaks. It's in Chinatown ways, innit?
Yeah.
It's a sick little night. You get some sick comedians popping down and that. So go check that out. Go check them out on Instagram and that. Go follow our Patreon. Our live shows on the 9th of March. This will be out the day before. That's going to be fun.
Thank you.
Monday, Hot Water. Come down to that. And 31st of March, Phase 1. Dan Tiernan's on. Adam Staunton, Katie Tracy, and Ishan Akbar are all on as well. It's going to be a good night, so come down to that if you can.
As seen on QI.
And Mock the Week.
And Mock the Week.
And Have a Word. Probably
And Have a
that's probably
Word.
bigger than all of them now. But come down to that. It'll be a sick night of comedy. And other than that, you got anything
No,
gigging anytime soon?
no TK comedy. Give
Yeah.
that a little follow on
Go
Instagram.
give Tom a
and I'll
little
probably
follow.
and I'll probably on the Mondays as well.
Yeah, man. Always. Don't be overrunning, no.
Oh.
Right. Nice one, everyone.
Yeah.
See you
Cheers.
soon.
Bye-bye.
Take it easy.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.